Hello and welcome everybody. We're just going to have a quick look around and see what has happened early on in the day on April Fools. Of course, it has been quite a lot of content coming out, but we are just at the start of the day by the time this video gets up. So we'll look at some of this, the first sort of content that's come up, and of course we start with Reddit, one of everybody's sort of favorite places to go for some information. And you know, of course, there's fluff and there's all those sorts of things they've listed there up at the top. But what they have done is switched over the site to make it look a little bit like TeamLiquid.net. Done a really good job of it, actually. I'm quite impressed by the way they've filled up the layout here. Of course, adding in all these sorts of the side panels, just like Team Liquid. You've got your own little Reddit bed up the top there as well, with 9,001 votes to go. Still even looks a little bit like Team Liquid inside in the comments as well. Even got some bans going just to attempt to simulate it. All in good fun, though, of course, I am sure. And, well, you know, that's definitely one of the bigger ones that has gone around the scene earlier on today. And I think this is actually one of my favorite ones. But let's have a look at what the real Team Liquid has done. Over on the main page of TeamLiquid.net, of course, we do see one of their very big articles. It actually looks extremely legit. For the first few minutes of reading through this, I was actually very surprised. I was like, how did they get a hold of IceFrog? This is, of course, from the world of Dota 2. So if you are unaware, IceFrog is the creator of Dota 2, a very elusive figure in the scene. But as we can see, the Team Liquid guys, we've got Flamewheel, who has made up a very, very interesting little post here, just talking about trying to find IceFrog, going through the various places that there have been some Dota 2 events. Of course, the magnificent TI2 there, as we can see, but very detailed post, and it's very, very exciting to see. Then you get an interview with the one and only Bruno, as we can see just down the bottom here. We'll just scroll down to that, but there it is. So we've got Bruno actually apparently interviewing IceFrog here. Now, as you can see from some of these responses from IceFrog, he's actually a little bit of a philosophical kind of guy. Just having a look at some of these answers here, just extremely philosophical as to what he thinks of the questions that are coming out of Bruno. But of course, it is all in good fun here. And then, you know, just goes through there. But do have a look, jump onto TeamLiquid.net. It is on the front page. You can have a look at that little April Fool's post for yourself, and we'll have a look at another one that was also on Team Liquid. It was also not directly from Team Liquid, but the revival of the MSL. If you're not aware of what the MSL is, it is the NBC game Star League. It is one of the biggest sort of Star Leagues for StarCraft Brood War that used to be around in the old Brood War days, and it is looking like there was a bit of a revival here. But of course, it is a bit of an April Fool's, just posted there on a couple of websites just down the bottom. You can find the link to this April Fool's just here, and also posted in the description. But yeah, doing their best to make it look like there was going to be a lot of players joining in. But as you can see, there are a lot of comments that initially started out people very excited, and then a slow realization that it was a bit of an April Fool's. So that one was that actually went down very sour in the end. Unfortunately, a lot of players and fans not really happy with that one. But then, of course, we turn to one of the smaller ones at the end here. We can see from Hawaiian Pig, who is not actually Hawaiian, that he's posted a little blog over on Team Liquid. And interestingly, the title of the page is a little bit different. If you have a quick look up at the top there, we've actually got to change it over to Team Liquid. A little bit of an interesting wordplay there. I'm not sure how that one went down, but either way, a little bit of fun there from one of the admins over at the Team Liquid website. But that pretty much sums it up from the Team Liquid crew. As I said, it is early in the day, but let's have a look at some of the other content that has gone on around for the moment. We can also see over on the Root Gaming website, we can see the announcement of Root Dog. He is a little bit of a sponsor shizzle announcement there, as we can see in the post from Sunset. Snoop Dogg, of course, Snoop Lion now, I believe his name has gone on and on board and done a little bit of sponsor shizzle of the Team Root there. I'm sure everyone would have been happy about that. As we can see from the Hip Hop League, apparently one of the big investors in that league as well. But pretty cool little April Fools going on there from the Team Root. Nicely done by Sunset. I did like that write-up. It was really well done and looked pretty good. But of course, there is one of the other big players in the eSports April Fool's industry, and that is Razer. These guys have done a really good job in the past, but this one, perhaps not while not as good as some of the previous April Fool's jokes they've done. This one's still pretty cool. Who wants a phone and who wants it in their mouse? Apparently, Razer do. They've got the Razer Naga phone update, a phone in the own as they like to call it. A little bit of an interesting play on words there, but as you can see, got this guy who is posing there, and it looks quite hilarious, these poses that they've got him doing. And I like this little tag here, when your mouse is your phone is own. Very nicely done there by Razer. But my favorite part was down here at the bottom. You can see the instructions talking about just downloading the update there, and then of course making sure that you're logged into Synapse and making sure that your Naga's are ready and up by your ear, and then you press these buttons down on your keyboard and that turns your phone, your mouse into a phone. But nicely done by Razer. Not too bad from them. There is of course a video. You can click on this description link to go and have a look at that yourself, or you can jump onto the Razer website as well. Meanwhile, over in the world of Warcraft, we won't delve into this one too much, but because it has been a long time since I have actually played some World of Warcraft. But last time I checked, there was no clip art guy, or not clip art guy, the what's he called, the paperclip guy for Microsoft Office, and it looks like WoW has added in their own little version of that. This little crab guy here. Have you forgotten your password? Yes or no? And he scrolls down with you, and it's quite, it's a very cute little 3D animation there on that site. But of course, you know, I'm sure there is more to come in the World of Warcraft and other Blizzard games, but, you know, of course, what we're really here for is StarCraft 2. And as we can see, the situation report on April 1st, of course, a little bit of a suggestive name there in the title, but the Warhound is back. A little bit of a situation report detailing the addition of the Warhound. Of course, it was removed back in beta, but now has been added back in. Of course, a lot of players weren't too fancy about the Warhound in beta, but now we've got it coming back in. Of course, Blizzard this is a really well done post. I really like this one. Perhaps not as outlandish as the Terratron as we previously saw in April Fool's post, but Blizzard just talking about their favorite races, the Terran, the Zerg, and then of course the Protoss, and then you move down to the actual announcements. So we've got that the robots are cool. Of course, who can disagree with that? Then of course, you know, we don't want to nerf the Zerg too much, so they're going to add the Warhound to the Zerg. And then of course you've also got the Protoss here, adding in the Warhound so the Protoss players don't whine on forums. I love that. A little bit of a snipey sort of attack on perhaps some of the players there from the Blizzard crew, but I'm sure it is all in fun. Don't worry if you're a Protoss player. And of course, let's just you know, not forget they did do a little bit of a Q&A as well. There were some interesting questions that were in the Q&A relating to the Warhound. You can also see in the short story section there is also a little bit of a background about this, but it is pretty cool, and you know, just I love the detail they put into these kinds of things. And let's not also forget, when you actually go in-game in StarCraft 2, you can see that your workers have been turned into Warhounds. Pretty cool little thing. Of course, just a little fun thing for the day, I'm assuming, just for the next 24 hours or so. If you haven't seen it, worth a look, have a look. It is really funny to see the Warhounds actually popping out of the eggs and that kind of thing. Of course, the Terrans, not to be let down, have their own little Warhound SCVs, and we can see them just mining away. No differences on the stats, of course, or anything like that. That would just be a bit ridiculous, but that is a cool little thing that they have added in there. And well, you know, it just looks really fun. Of course, some players might have a little bit of an issue with the fact that their workers look different and it's distracting from the real game, but you know, it's all just in good fun. If you don't like it, perhaps you know, have a break from the game or something, I don't know. But of course, not to be outdone, the Protoss also have their own Warhound probes here, building pylons, running over and doing all these kinds of things. I think the animation is pretty funny. But I hope you all enjoyed this little catch-up with the Warhound update and all these April Fool's jokes. If you have any others, make sure you post, and I'll catch you all next time.